So how did you get into photography?
So the first time I took a portrait of someone, I was at a concert, and instead of taking pictures of like the band on stage, I actually turned around and saw this girl who had like a shirt on with a necklace that had beads and then a matching hat, and I took a picture like of her face, like with the hat matching the shirt. And I looked at it and I didn't even know that it was like a portrait or photography or fashion or any of that. But I showed my mom, I was like, Mom, look at this. And she was like, stop taking pictures of strangers. And so after that, I was like, why am I so interested in this? And so I just kept taking pictures of like random things from like landscapes to people. And that's when I got really interested in photography. And then from that, it just evolved to mainly doing portraits and doing fashion, which is what my passion is.
So photography is now your career then. So how did it go from a hobby to a career? Like what are you doing now?
So it was just for fun. All through high school, I took pictures of like my friends doing sports, just everything. I always had my camera on me. And then in college, in America, I did communications and photography. So I like learned all those skills. And I originally did weddings. So every weekend, like on Saturdays, I would go and photograph weddings for people. And then that was like kind of my start into becoming photography as my career. And then after a couple years of doing that, I realized that my true passion was doing fashion and doing commercial work. So now I'm at LCF and I'm getting my master's in fashion photography, and I hope to expand my career after that.
Oh, that's good. So like what are you doing at the moment project-wise?
So right now I'm doing this big project. It's called Eye Candy, and it's all about how society like projects this image of women and sexualizes women in the media. So I'm like literally taking candy and putting it on women and projecting it onto them to show how ridiculous it is in society. So I'm doing a huge shoot with that. So far we've had like 7 models. We're doing everything from like pink ice cream to macaroons to sprinkles and M&Ms. So it's pretty cool so far.
So after you finish your degree, where do you want to go? So where's your aim?
After I finish my degree, I'll probably go to New York just because there's a huge base there for fashion photography. I'd love to stay in London if possible. Really, I just hope to travel from the whole experience, but I'll probably be based in New York.
Oh, that's good. So do you have like a website or anything where people can find you?
Yes, it's GabyDymekeyPhoto.com. And I have everything on there from my portfolio to my portraits to recent work and my blog that I update with all the new stuff I've been working on.
What does photography mean to you?
I think I do photography because it's a way to capture people in the world and show all the beautiful things that are in the world. For me, that's the rewarding part of it, is when I take a picture of a person, I feel like I get to capture their personality and show it to the world. So that's really rewarding for me.
Is there anybody you look up to in the photography industry?
Yeah, first of all, there's Jennifer Silverberg, who does food photography, actually. Really great editorial work. She's based in my hometown of St. Louis, Missouri. I also really am inspired by Annie Leibovitz. I think her portraits and how she portrays people are so unique, so creative, and just really professional. Her work always inspires me. As far as like in the UK, I think Tim Walker's amazing. I always am constantly looking up magazines and online to see like all the new work that's coming out and what contemporary photographers are doing to be inspired. And also I draw not just from photography, but from gallery exhibits, modern art, painting, drawing, sculpture, all that kind of stuff, because I think all that is relevant and impacting the world right now. Like in our world of like a media driven, being bombarded with imagery type of atmosphere, you have to look to everything. It's not just photography segregated in its own section anymore. I mean, it's being incorporated with video and film and all these other elements.
All right, thank you very much, Gabby. That was lovely.
Thanks.